Very good evening friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about another powerful tool provided by the Android Studio, and this is called as the constraint layout. So in the previous video we discussed about the relative layout and we dealt much of its complexity. Now here we are introducing a new layout called as constraint layout, and it's popular because of its simplicity, the ease, the control, and the very flawless mechanism of laying out the views. So now here I have my constraint layout dot visit dot constraint layout. I'll go into the design view and I'll be simply using the drag and drop feature in the design view, and now you'll see that how easily and flawlessly I make a design. So first let me drag one text view. So this is my text view. I drag it, so now you see it comes and stays where you leave it, but it has the four hollow circles on the four edges. And now here you see that just by stretching and just how with this constraint visit on the right side also you can do, or by simply connecting with the hooks you can just fix it. So now you see I stretch it, so it's beautifully placed at the topmost position of this constraint layout, and three constraints I have provided till now. Now I drag another, or I can take another visit, so it depends on what you want to plan. Now I'll go for one image view and I place it just below this, so now it stays. Now I take the src for this image and I'll pick one from my drawable folder. Again same image is there, and now I just place it nicely to position so that it okay, so let me stretch so that it can make little bigger. So yes, here it is, and now I simply drag it and place it at the right position, and then I provide the constraint. This is the top constraint. Yes, so from here you provide the top constraint, then left constraint, then right constraint, and you simply just drag it and provide the appropriate margins and padding so that you can have it at the right place. Now I'll pick to edit text, because in this layout I want to have one email and the password kind of login systems I'm trying to design. So this is my edit text where the user will be entering its email, and then here, yes, so beautiful, so easily it's placed. Now I take another edit text for the passwords. This is the password I can take. Yes, drag this password, place it there just below it, and according to the need of your design you can stretch, or you can just place it wherever you want. Now I only need one button, that will be the button where the user will click and he will be logged into the system. So this is my button. Again it says it stays where you drop it, and then with the help of constraints you simply, yes, so this the bottom constraint. So now the constraints are fixed. Now you see on the top right in the attributes layer we have the constraints visit, where you can see that what value your visit is getting at that moment. Then this part is done. Now I'll go into the text view mode. Now this is the text mode, and then that is the design mode, and this is the text mode. I call it design view and text view, but this is for my own sake of understanding. You can take it as the design mode, and this is the text mode. Now I just provide the text for this topmost layer, topmost edit text view. So I name it as a constraint layout, and I provide it a background, and the background this what Android at the rate of Android, this is brown color, orange dark, and then the text color will be, I can take a white text at the rate of Android colon color slash white, and then I provide some text size, some 18 sp or 20 sp. So 35 sp is too big, yeah, it's a little bigger, so let me bring it back to 30 so that at least you can see. You can make it 20 or 24, I think it will be sufficient. So now I provide the gravity to it, and then you see it's centered horizontal, so it is placed nicely. I need to provide it just some padding so that it can come into the middle of this. So the padding top, and I provide 10 density independent pixels for the padding, and now you see the constraint layout text is just in the middle of this. So let me come back to this my edit text where I need to provide some hint rather than text. So I'll go for the Android hint, and there I'll write the email so that the user can enter. And so the hints are different than the text because the text stays there, but the hint are there that it will be there, this email, but when you click then email will vanish because it's just the suggestive text that user has to enter the email, and when you start typing then automatically that email will vanish. So now I provide the text color hint, and that is primary dark, and the gravity I have already placed for center horizontal, and this is the text size, that is 18 SP. Now you see beautifully it's pressed in the middle. Now I go for it, and since I have to do the same thing, so I'll use better copy and paste these three things like the gravity, text color, hint, and the text size, and then I'll place it into the edit text, which is this one. I'm going to receive the password from the user, and at the place of the text I simply, yeah, this one, so I'll, at the place of hint, I can introduce some asterisks, enter like Android hint, and these are asterisks suggest that user has to enter the password. Now this is the button, some mechanism on the button. Maybe I provide some background color, so golden fish and the brown color is just making it beautiful. So now let me go for the background. I'll also make it this orange, yes, this one, and definitely the text color should be white because this looks pretty nicer with this white text on the brown background. So text size I take it as 20 SP, then the text color will be white, and I think, yes, if you write text appearance then you can provide the bold and some italic and some other customized visit, but I think for now it's better we focus on the simple thing. So we'll go by simple text color, and that I'll provide it as at the rate of Android :/color white. So this is my white button. Now what will happen? What will happen if the user clicks on that button? So there are two ways you can achieve this feat. Either just you provide one function to it. So just you write Android on click like Android on click, and then you define a function. So this is, you're calling the function, its name I'm going to provide as my button f. So f for functions, my button function. I'm trying to write it short. So this is my button f. And another one you can manage it by using the setting the on click listener. On click listener is more effective, and it has some event associated like the on click button. But here you need to know both because you are learning to be a good programmer, so you need to know every aspect of programming. So this is public void my button f is some function which I'm trying to define it here, which I have already declared in the attributes of the button. And then I'll pass some views here, and when you get this red underline you just press alt enter and it will vanish. So inside this I will run a toast. Toast is just a tiny, you can say just like a dialog label kind of, it just comes momentarily, displays the text and automatically vanishes. So this is the get application context, and then there you can see because you have got the view there. So the view is linked here with a small view. So I write the view dot, and you just use the find the view by ID, and the r.id, the edit texts which we used, the one for email and one for password, were edit text 1, edit text 2, and edit text 3. So edit text 2 dot get text and then toString. I'm not going to use it, I'm just demonstrating that this is also another way by which the most effective one is the on-click listener. So I'll go for that only, but I'm just showing that this way also you can use the function and define. So if you run it, it will crash because I haven't provided the proper codes for the views, because views needs to be passed from this layout to the class. So this will not work because my purpose is that I want to work with the on-click listener rather than on this function. So better I'll just wait, and I'm just telling in advance this is going to crash because I haven't defined the view mechanism. I haven't taken into the consideration, because first this is the beginners series and this is the third, fourth video. So first you let have the grasp over the fundamentals, then we go for the ultimate details of the final thing. What are the views? What are the on-click listeners? What are the fragments, etc. So now here I go back to this one, I remove this function button, and then I will simply use the set on click listener method, and from the main activity.java I will invoke this set on click listener, and then I will get my job done. So here, okay, let me remove this function first. So the Android colon on click, this one I have to remove from here, and then I go into the main activity.java, and here I will create the object. So I have two features there, two views actually, and they were two edit texts and one button. So I create some instances of those edit texts. So I write edit text, ed mobile or ed mail, and ed pass, that is for the password. And then I need one for the button. I can write button btn, or click button, whatever button you want to write btn, and then you press alt enter to remove this red text and the underline, because this is suggesting that it has to some import you need to make. So now I remove this part for a while, and then I will first initialize or those instances which I have created. So edmail, now see how these instances are initialized. So edmail is find view by id, then I write r.id.editx2, and then I do the same thing for the edpass, that is edpass equals find view by id, and then r.id.editx3, and 3, yes. And then I do the same thing for the button also. Buttons id is button 2, so btn equals find view by id, and then you write r.id.button 2. This, you see, this is the fourth from the drop down. Yes, so you select this. Now you put the button dot set on click listener, and then you pass the object of the on click listener new on click listener, and then you come to the functions called the public void on click. There you create a toast, and on that toast I'll be displaying the information received from those two edit texts. So this is the get application context, then I write the edmail. This is the object for the edit text where the informations I can receive from the edmail.getText.toStrings plus, so it's called concatenation of the strings, and this is password plus, and then again I attach edpass.getText.toString. Now you see, so the third parameter for this make toast function is again the toast.length long. So this is how you can learn how to use the toast also. Dot show. Now this is done. Let me run the code, and you see that I'll be entering the name mobile. Sorry, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a little in hurry. So okay, we will be entering the email and the password from there, and then it will be displayed here on the toast. So now you can see how the data is getting passed from activity to the class. So just wait and let my emulator have. So okay, so now this is the hint. When I start typing, automatically email will vanish, you see. So this is called aircraft team at the rate of gmail.com, and then you just provide random password, anything, you write randomly. So again, that now if you press on this button, Then what you see, this is the toast. Thank you very much friends, subscribe to our channel and keep improving with us. Have a very nice time.